we are 2 days out. I'm gonna start carb loading today. I just keep my routine the same, so obviously I'm in the gym at the same time pretty much every morning, so I come here at like 7:45, get up at 6:30, leave the house at 7, obviously to pack my bags and stuff for the day, because we're gonna head straight to Birmingham from here. But I'm gonna keep the routine the same. This is probably the flattest and smallest I've looked for a very long time in my head. Definitely the flattest I've been for a very, very long time. So I'm going to take pictures anyway just to give myself a gauge. Tom's already set the plan, so I'm still going to send him my weight and pictures in the morning, but we have a plan in place. And then what I'll do is I'll see Tom again probably when we arrive in Birmingham around 4 p.m. He's not just staying in the hotel, so you know he's going to look at me regularly. So today no cardio, we're just going to do a bit of posing, and we plan to do no training, just pose a few rounds, you know, maybe like 5 rounds in the afternoon before we leave. Then obviously when we get there, just a little bit posing, basically just keep putting the blood in, keep putting the food into the muscle. So let's get these pictures done. The funny thing was actually just looking at photos on here, I was like, oh, I was actually in decent shape, and then I pressed next and I was like, fuck, that was like 3 days out. I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I was thinking I was in decent shape like 6 weeks out or 8 weeks out, and then it was next photo was me and Romain. I was like, fucking hell, must have been deluded or some shit. Anyway, yeah, let's get these pictures done. Man like Sav on the camera, and it's time to carb up. So Tom's laid out the plan yesterday, which we'll execute today, but obviously it's subject to change. So we plan to start on carbing up on around 850 gram carbs, but we may push that later on if we need to. Obviously we're just going to kind of see how I look after a few meals, and then we can adjust for the final 3 meals and so on. So it's all subject to change. So we've actually just dropped the protein a little bit. Obviously I'll go through all my meals of what I'm kind of eating, so you get a good insight, but we dropped the protein a little bit to obviously keep stress off the gut and keep the waist a little bit smaller. I'm going to start to push a little bit more carbs, and kept fats in as well, just to kind of, you know, slow things down and just allow the body to just fill up a little more as well, especially with adjusting the protein. You know, I've actually adjusted the protein and bumped the fats up a touch. So we're going to start loading today. I'm just trying to keep my routine the same, so I will do some posing at 9 till probably 9:30. Probably just 30 minutes today, because obviously I've just posed out there for a little bit. And then, yeah, we've got some CJ coming in, the girl that I've been using for deep tissue. She's going to do some work with me, probably just a little bit more of mobility and stuff more than anything today, rather than any like direct tissue work. We might do some light flushing work, but to be honest it's probably just going to be more mobility. So she's in at 11. So yeah, and then we're going to head down to Birmingham probably about 2, probably arrive there around 4, 4:35, somewhere around then. Family gets there as well, which is going to be really nice to see my sister and my parents, so I'm buzzing to see that. And then we're just going to set up camp at the Hilton, pretty much just relax, get the feet up, pose a little bit, eat. You know, all the work's done now. You know, all the body fats come off. It's just a case about drying out now and peaking. So, you know, we're going to be drying out today. We're going to dry out today a little bit. So we just started that process already. And obviously the carbs going in, and we're going to try to take the water out. So it's going to be interesting to see it all come together. I'm excited because I honestly don't think I've been in this shape on stage. And I haven't even started to dry out yet, which is exciting for me. So I'm definitely feel prepared. Obviously I feel like I'm a little bit flat and small, especially I notice it in my back double biceps and my side shots. My arms don't pop as much, especially from the front. My chest and shoulders are a little bit flat as well, and in my legs. But obviously that will all change with starting this filling up. So let's get these meals in, a little bit posing still to do, and then get these meals in, and all the work's done. So let's just see it all unfold.
Oh my god, we've never filmed this before.
You've never filmed me cutting this apple.
Yeah, God.
The same fucking apple.
Realistically, that's what the series should be called. It's just man cuts apple.
I know, you don't understand. I actually go in to Tesco and actually look for the apples.
I remember, yeah. Do you remember in Sydney?
Yeah.
Champion apple?
I do the same thing still. I'm like, I need to find the champion apple. And then, do you know what's even sadder? I get home and I make sure they're all like a similar weight. I'm really annoyed if I like below 170. I'm like, they've ripped me
All
off.
the flavours are pretty good anyway. It's alright, yeah?
Fucked me.
Okay, apple man. Oh. What are you saying?
So meal one, start carving up now. So meal one is same turkey, so we've got 120 gram turkey, one apple. We have 150 grams of cream of rice, 50 gram blueberries as normal, an extra 10 grams of peanut butter in there, so 20 grams total, and then 20 grams of honey. And that's pretty much meal one. So we're gonna eat this now, and then we have some deep tissue work. And pretty much that's it. I'm very hungry, so I'm just gonna get on with this. Come on.
Have you ever had an apple before?
Love apples, bro.
Yeah. No, I've never seen you eat one on camera. It was so weird. Like,
I've just got to pick the best apples.
what is the criteria for a good apple?
It's a big fucking apple, man.
Just a big one.
Like, just the size.
Okay. It's purely a size game. You like the big rammy apples.
You know what? Everyone asks what do you want after the show? Honestly, I don't give a fuck about food, but you know what would be really nice? Like a never-ending bowl of your breakfast. You know what I mean? Where it doesn't actually end. I don't actually crave any shit food, or like I don't want burgers. I don't really give a fuck what I eat, but it'd just be nice to have like that meal, but that just didn't end. You know, didn't end so soon. At least.
Yeah.
I don't really give a fuck after the show, so what to eat. Obviously, you know, it's always nice to eat out with like, you know, family, friends, spend some time with them, but I have no like desire to go like binge on shit. Don't get me wrong, like if it's there I'll have like a cookie or whatever, but I don't really ever crave, well I haven't this prep at all. I've not had cheat meals this whole prep, so I guess when you don't have them you don't really miss them, you know, you don't give a fuck. When it goes past like, when you go into 12 weeks and having a cheat meal, it's like, is what it is. So gonna make my meal 3 in a minute because we're probably gonna travel and I'll probably eat meal 3 at the service station or when I get there. So what I'll do is I'll make meal 3 now because cream of rice, so the rest of my meals are already prepared, but my cream of rice meal I'll have to make, so we'll make that now, and then I'm gonna have a shower. Then I've got CJ coming for some treatment. I'm just going to get her to do some manipulation with me and some mobility work more than deep tissue, so I don't want any inflammation at all. So we'll get her to work on me and then probably leave around 1 p.m, 1:30. That's the plan.
You, how are you feeling about, like, obviously, or balancing competing yourself and your clients? Because obviously this isn't just like a show.
Yeah, it's not too bad actually,
like
this show, because I have 3 clients in the show today, but they're all on Friday, you know, and obviously I only compete on Sunday, so it's actually worked out really well. And then obviously I have Elton in the pro show, which actually again works out really well because he's the class after me, so we're literally going to be backstage together. You know, he can pump me up, and then I think there's fitness in between us, so when I'm off I can pump him up and then he goes on, so it's actually timed pretty well for both of us, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, just looking forward to it all coming together now. Let's get this done. Rice and grinds.
What is it?
Rice and grinds.
What's a grind?
This is like one of the best rices around. It cost me fucking fortune because of the import tax. It's tax me. So I'm just going to make meal 3 now, so that we don't have to make it later on because I believe I'll be travelling at that time. What is it? 150 grams, pretty much the same as breakfast. So I'm going to do another 150 grams of cream of rice. I think I have 1 apple with this meal. So it's meal 3.
Are you actually making it now with like the kettle water and everything?
Yeah, because I have to keep it cold.
Ah.
Because otherwise, if I try, like I want to eat it.
Do you need a bigger tub?
I know I need a bigger tub, but I don't want to take a bigger tub.
Can you cut it up into smaller bits?
No, because then it's not as nice to eat. I feel like I can fit this in, but I feel like I can't fit this last piece in. See how I've done it? Check this out. Clean shot. If we like squish it, maybe it'll shut.
Yeah, like fucking really.
It's not working.
Should we just like?
I'll just take this tub instead, because this is actually my tub.
Oh, so you actually have a bigger tub? You actually have a bigger tub here?
It's much easier, that, isn't it?
Yeah. You know what they say?
See? Diet and brain.
That wasn't dieting brain, man. That was fucking
Diet and brain. Definitely diet and brain. When it doesn't work. Can't say that the carbs have kicked in yet, so it's probably going to be like this for the remainder of the day.
okay. Yeah, that's good. It provides comedy.
Until tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow maybe we'll feel slightly human again. Right, so that's for later. Then we're going to add the... Okay, so just having the last bit of sort of treatment before the show. We're not really going to go like deep at all. Just going to be a flush and going to like mobilize everything, do you know what I mean? So a little bit of flush work and then literally mobility, opening everything up, make sure everything's moving and flowing. But like I said, we won't be going like deep in the muscle because the last thing we want to do is cause any inflammation. So we just be used to like flush everything out and also, you know, mobilize everything. CJ will probably tell you more because that's her speciality, whereas I'm not a specialist in deep tissue.
So how does this differ from like a typical session in terms of like the intensity?
So normally, depending obviously like what Jamie's been training, obviously we see each other a few times a week now, so we'll isolate areas rather than doing like a full body as quick as we can. In an hour we isolate like areas in an hour, so typically we'll just work on either what he's trained that day just to help reduce the DOMs and things like that, obviously so we can keep the intensity for his training up throughout the week and the next following day. Or kind of obviously if we're picking up on any specific niggles, or obviously with his posing he's going, right, I feel tighter here, we go, right, that's the area we're going to isolate today. So yeah, it's more like isolation, but whereas today obviously we're not really isolating things as such. And then yeah, it's just where we use the other kind of tools in my toolbox then to help him recover a bit better. So, you know, the cupping, we've had to avoid now because Jamie marks quite a lot with them with the stagnated blood, but again, science behind it just means he's trapping all that stagnant blood, so his body's holding on, it just needs to help him recover a little bit. Same with the needling, we go into those trigger points just to release them so his muscle fibres are back aligned. So rather than him being really knotted up essentially, it means then his muscles can work to their full capacity without those knots in them, so they're not pleasant, but I think we're quite used to them now, aren't we, Jay?
How are you feeling? Obviously the work is all done with him, so he's just kind of cruising in, but how are you feeling about, like, obviously you've seen him this morning posing, how are you feeling about his presentation?
The presentation itself,
Yes.
it's absolutely spot on. You know, and that's, I mean, we've worked that from day one of the 12 weeks that he's been here. Yes, the first few weeks were, he can pose anyway, so we're not saying we've taught him to pose by any means. He's a good poser, but, you know, yes, the first few weeks was tweaking this, tweaking that, adding some extra transitions in, but then after that first few weeks, it's just been drilling it over and over and over again every single day, so that when he's on stage, he's just going to go into autopilot and his presentation is going to be spot on. He always said that for him, that part of this whole prep was probably the most boring, because training, yeah, you know, that we change things around depending on how he was looking, how he was feeling, how close he is to the show, etc., etc. You know, his diet, obviously, I mean, we haven't been doing that side of things, but that's been, you know, it's always been spot on, but having some days higher carbs and then dropping it down, etc., etc. But the posing side of it has just been that same old again and again and again. But that's it, and that's what you got to do. So there's literally everything has been taken care of. We got to load the car up soon with all his stuff. I hope there's room for our few bits and pieces. I'm sure there will be. But yeah, you know, so his food, his trunks, that's all he needs.
And tan.
Yeah, well, we're going to do some base coat to tan, but he's having professional tan done as well. So, yeah, and he's had a haircut and his beard trimmed and it's all good.
Well, some mobility deep tissue done. I'm probably just going to do a couple rounds of posing and then eat a meal. And shower. I'll just pose on my own though.
Oh, you don't want.
Like 3 rounds or something.
I'll just cut to you cutting an apple.
Yeah, pretty much. With my meals, we're doing 2 grams of creatine monohydrate. So, we're doing 2 grams of every meal. And then we're, like I said, we're adding a little bit of extra salt. So, I salt my meals as normal. And then I literally do an extra 3 turns of like pink salt. Anyone who's like tried creatine monohydrate tastes like fucking sand water. That's the only way I can describe it. Sand water. It's like as if you just got sand and just put water in it.
Have you ever tried that?
No, but just my imagination.
It's what you imagine.
It's what I imagine it tastes like. So anyway, just gonna net that quick. Well, it tastes rank. Woo! It's like doing a shot of whiskey.
Except without the fun.
Except without
all the downside.
Yeah, except about the drunkenness that comes off it. Right, so 30 grams of jam. And then I'm going to eat this, and then I'm going to shower. And then the next time you see me will probably be in Birmingham. So obviously I've told you what meal 2, 3 is, because obviously we made it. So we'll put that. Get that fine spoon.
Man cuts out, old man struggles to get to him. Do you want me to get it? Fuck me. Ah, shit, I caught my fucking hand in it.
I think cameraman should stop trying to...
Yeah, okay, whatever, fuck it.
Because we need his hands. Okay, so then we got 10 grams of jam and each rice cake. Fucking hell, it's not that much jam. So we have 30 grams. I thought 30 grams would be miles more than that.
No, 30 grams fucking sucks.
Come on, Tom. Fucking sort your shit out.
God, it's fucking...
Right. But it's better than no jam, right?
Yeah.
So,
It's not as good as a lot of jam, though.
I feel like it should have been 50 grams. And he put an error.
Yeah. 60, I think it should have been.
So, Tom, we reckon you said 50. But we're still doing 30 because that's what the plan says. Right. And then with my meals, I'm also doing Matador. So 1 capsule with every carb meal, which I do already. So I'm just keeping that current. So check that out. Discount code REGORAW10.
From Michael Supplements. I think they ship to the UAE, don't they?
They ship to the UAE, the UK,
And
Dubai.
no, the
UAE,
EU.
UK, and the EU.
God, we were doing so well. After the carb up tomorrow, you'll be fucking naming all the Emirates and all the countries in the EU and everything.
It's like my brain just doesn't work right now, so
It's like Sav on a normal day.
yeah,
Basically, yeah.
it's just like give me a break.
Yeah. Encourage him. Fuck.
It's like give me a break. Yeah, I just did 3 rounds of posing.
You've already done it.
Yeah, I just did it after meal 2 because I thought I did it after meal 1 in between, like just for this meal. Because then I thought I'd eat this meal, have a shower, get all my stuff ready, and then obviously drive down, probably have a meal there. Then I'll probably see Tom in between meal 3 and 4.
It's like,
Sounds like a plan, doesn't it?
it's not.
I feel like
You'll be seeing Tom at like 8 p.m. tonight now.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm super organised, but I brought lots of stuff because I've like overpacked. But I was like,
You've always overpacked.
I'd
Though.
rather be over organised than under organised.
Exactly. Isn't that right?
I'm pretty under organised. Do you know how much I've packed for burial?
Right.
Nothing.
The crazy thing is my
Oh, you
suitcase.
just packed now.
My suitcase is tiny, but everything else is absolutely massive. Like,
What's first things first?
where do we put the microwave and the fridge?
Well, I would say in the living room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no. See, except for fucking breaking everything already. See, look. They told me that they wouldn't give me a microwave. I said, fuck you. Give me my own.
Well, over like, yeah, I think so, but.
Maybe because you checked in first.
That's a picture driver.
Yeah.
I'm going to try there, and I'll stand over here and see. Yeah. We can just chop and change. Okay, cool. Yeah, midsection's tight. Your obliques look a little bit like fuller and harder. There's like a vein coming through there. Upper chest is where we notice it the most as well. It's starting to go through.
Just got to find some lighting in this hotel.
In the hotel.
Like, if it is a corridor or some shit.
Should we
Because
see the corridor? Looks like that.
no, but I mean, like, even if it's like, you know, like a fucking fire exit.
Yeah.
Let's just go find one.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like with an open door, like where it's outside. Because it'll fucking wreck my brain if I see those and
Yeah,
the
you
light
don't-
and shit. Yeah.
Let's find some light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely getting better. It's the start of the process. So we're obviously towards the end of the first day of carving up. I think by tomorrow midday we're going to start really seeing it come together. And then it'll be just a case of managing things. There's a set baseline of a plan that we follow for a carb up for any competitor, because that's just how we do it. But there is always subject to change, and subject to change means it's probably going to change at some point, and that's what will probably happen. Yeah.
Feeling confident?
Oh yeah, straight away, absolutely.
Not tight.
Is that your highlight of the day? What's happening? What?
We're just trying to find out. See, it's probably the light.
A sit rep.
Sit rep is we're in Birmingham and we've had 4 meals and we have another 3 left and that's it. Carbon up. Trying to find light.
Yeah, so the good news is you're doing a bit of extra cardio, but you're looking for light.
Yeah.
Key there is
We'll just do one back double and then we'll see if it. Yeah, it's just so I can see myself. You know?
lat spread.
What's the sit rep, Jay?
So the sit rep is we're adding 1 extra meal in, and Tom's actually just messaged me to confirm. So we're just going to make sure we're to the gram because I might be flat.
You might spill, you might be fat, you might be flat, who knows?
Who knows?
So what's the plan for the rest of the day?
I've got 2 more meals to eat.
That's it.
Pretty much 2 more meals. I've got a shave. Does this work?
Yeah, the kettle. Yeah.
Okay. I've got a shave. I have 2 more meals to eat. And that's it. Anyway, so this meal is, we've actually added this meal in as just an extra meal. So we've got 150 grams of cream of rice. Then we have this whey isolate, which is salt caramel flavour. Smells good. It's actually Little Mo, so thank you Little Mo for the leftover protein that you left at my house that I stole off you. And then we have 1 serving of Matador. We'll do this. I've added an extra litre of water as well, so we just up the water a little bit. So I would have done 8 litres today. Then we have 20 grams of honey and 50 grams of berries. Oh, so gonna eat this meal. It's 8:15. I'll do a meal at 10:15, and then again a meal at 12 midnight, probably just after. Really successful day because I had 3 clients in shows today. Josh placed second, just missing out in men's physique class A, and then the other Josh placed second in men's physique class B. So literally just missed out twice, and it was so close. But I'm real proud of them. You know, they look crazy. And then I had Craig in classic. The classic lineup was stacked, but again, he still looked absolutely mega. So really, really happy for that. So I'm gonna eat this meal, and then I'm gonna go down to socialise with Michael and Lisa. What's really nice about this prep, and it's crazy, is I've not felt this relaxed or chilled for such a long time. And honestly, like, I can't. It just feels like a weight off my shoulders. So I'm hoping that, you know, it'll all come together nicely. Because, like I said, I've not been this relaxed for such a long. I can't remember the last show I was literally like just chilled, you know. So kind of whatever happens, I'm just like, you know what, I've worked my ass off. I've like done everything I could. So whatever happens on the weekend, on Sunday, it's like I couldn't have done any more. And you know that I'm satisfied, and I'm proud of that, because I literally couldn't have done any more on stage. So I'm gonna eat this meal, and then I'm gonna go down for some food. Well, they're gonna go down for some food, and I'm gonna watch.